But yeah, so I'm gonna go in order here.
In which order?
The order.
Ben, we'll fix it later.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up my notes here. The order that I did your solo sessions.
Oh,
So we have tag team. When last we left him, he was in a prison called the Spire that was being attacked by the fish mafia. For all you adoring fans out there, the Spire is a prison disguised as a lighthouse. And it is currently also it's underwater. I should mention, which is why this is very bad because there's a lot of explosions going off and supervillains being freed. See the other prison getting attacked is called Ubermax, and in Red Rocket's solo session, he was told at the end of his session that it was being attacked and that he should go stop him. The bad guys.
Go stop. It's getting attacked. It should not be. Make that not happen.
We actually haven't seen Ubermax yet or where it is, because the two people who are going there in their sessions never actually went there in their sessions. But that's because we found better places to stop.
Is that me and Greg?
Yeah.
Gregory. I'm so used to shortening names. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear.
Next, we have Impact, who was on like a little 4th of July boat party when he saw a lighthouse tipping over, and he went to go stop that and make sure everyone was okay. To which he was swimming towards the lighthouse. Next, we
get there quickly.
Next, we have Silverfang, who, when last we left them, they were just having a conversation with their new benefactors liaison about being paid to be a superhero.
Yeah.
That being said, we will start them in the session in media res. They will already be on the scene because they were called here. And by called, I mean they still have their little police scanner that they use to fight crime.
Understandable.
Let's see. Next we have Epiphany, who was on a crime-stopping spree on the 4th of July when she looked over and saw, off in the distance, a lighthouse tipping over. So she needs to go stop that from happening.
Of all the characters to put in the same session, me and Epiphany were not the ones that I thought you were going to say.
Let's see. The last two, we have Spindle, who was going around the city anonymously saving people from a fate only he could see. When he got this vision tugging him towards somewhere outside the city, and he took a Greyhound bus.
The public transportation is really good in the city, okay?
To go towards the source of his tugging. That sounds bad. To go towards
Kitty, as the kids say.
Anyway.
He went to where he was getting jerked off. Yeah, I hear you.
Dr. Midnight, who
or are you
for
not really
months was on the run from unknown assailants who finally caught up with him and captured him in an unknown, undisclosed location. It's about to be known and disclosed.
I think you forgot tag team.
No, I started with.
You did? I didn't hear that one.
Oh, what about Impact?
Well, pay attention.
I am paying attention.
Impact was third.
Okay, got it. Just double checking.
I got all you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not criticizing. I was just like, I thought one was missed, but I think my brain is just thinking that there's more of us than there are.
Not yet. One of these days, I'll open this table up. Maybe not in the first season.
Wide open.
Godspeed, soldier.
It's gonna be like Justice League. And then we're gonna get to Justice League Unlimited next session.
All right. So we're going to start off with, I'm going to say, we're going to start from the beginning. Tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Case.
You have just been woken up on the bathroom floor of this prison.
What the?
Great. As I recall, you said that I could hear the rock lobster stomping around in the vents, correct?
Yes.
Great. I can't get into the vents, but I'd like to essentially be listening for where he is above me and like run down the hall, like trying to trace where he's going for when he like I want to try and like trace where he's going in the hall.
You run out and you see like a big the prison is set up like it's sort of like a big ring, very donut shaped.
Uh-huh.
With like an upper like observing level for the guards and like a lower like the center of this donut is like a platform that all the prisoners get like imagine like the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 prison that they're in, where like the center of this big ring is like where all the prisoners hang out.
The word you're looking for is a panopticon.
I suppose.
That's what that type of prison is called. Yes.
There's a lot of chaos going on and a lot of people running around. But the three guys that I statted out are definitely going to be the ones that you notice first. You notice that there's a big dude made of stone with like his sleeves of his prison uniform ripped off that's like throwing lunch tables at guards. There is a guy who is he looks like a normal guy, but he kind of like flings his arm and you can see like he's a lot gooier than you'd want him to be, and he like flings off like a giant what smells like grease ball at one of the guards and like sticks them to the wall. And then there's a third dude shooting lasers out of his eyes.
Great. Okay.
And those seem to be the guys causing the most havoc.
Holy mackerel.
Great. Okay, time to go to work. But the lobster man isn't like where is he? Have I lost track of him, you said?
At this point in all the chaos, yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. All right, no time to think. Maximum effort. I'm gonna run at the laser eye guy, right?
All right.
Run at the laser eye guy, and first things first, I'm popping. Oh, so I have a clone waiting for me outside in case of an ambush. So I can only make one more clone.
All right.
So I'm gonna pop the second clone, and I want us to like. I want to run at the guy, single file, and try and get him to like not quite be sure who to shoot at. Kind of thing.
All right.
And then let's see. Yeah, like not be like not quite sure who to shoot at, and I want to try and I end goal. I want to get him in a chokehold.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to think whether this is fighting or creating an advantage. I basically want to grab him by the head and try and use his eyes to shoot the rock dude.
Okay. Roll me, I guess, a fight.
No, you know what? Okay. Ooh, how elaborate are you okay with me making this first combat?
It's superhero stuff. Make it as elaborate as you want.
Cool. Then first things first, how close are the goo man and the rock dude to each other?
They would be in the same zone, so however close you need them to be.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up like on the way, pick up like a tray, carton of milk, something, throw it at the goo guy, and I want to try and basically, if this requires an action, I want him to be standing behind the rock man.
All right.
And because my plan, I'll just tell you, is I want to try and use the laser guy to shoot the rock man, knocking him over to crush the goo guy, because I know that the rock man isn't going to get killed by the lasers, and the goo man is probably going to survive being crushed by the rock guy, meaning that I've taken out all three assailants without killing anybody.
Sure.
Not gonna leave any for us?
This isn't going to take out all their stretch boxes.
No, I know. I'm just making a joke.
Let's see.
myself.
Okay. I guess would it count as creating an advantage to try and grab the guy's head without, like, are you gonna make me roll for the goo man to be in position behind the rock guy? Because if you want to prolong this, I'll roll like provoke and everything to try and engineer them into place.
Sure. Here, B-Day. Who are you provoking?
I want to try and provoke the. Actually,
because what I'll say that this does,
yeah,
is it's going to be a really hard roll. I'm going to make you do a fight roll specifically to grapple the guy.
The laser man.
What?
The laser man.
Yes.
Okay.
You do see that they have name tags like the prison uniforms they have as numbers, but they also like wrote what their preferred name is, like their villain name. The laser man's name is Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray, okay.
The goo man's name is Grease Trap.
Okay.
And the rock man's name is I think just Mountain Man? Yeah, Mountain Man.
Okay.
So it's going to be a very difficult fight or a fight roll to grapple him. But if you provoke first, I will give you the the free invoke of like lined up basically.
Okay.
To make the fight roll easier.
Okay, then I'm gonna attempt to use one of my stunts, which is that when I'm flanking with one of my clones, I can get a +2 to the fight roll because I'm distracting them. I'm a sneaky little boy.
Oh, so you're doing fight first, or you're doing provoke?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'll do the provoke.
You don't have to do the provoke. I just want to know what you're doing.
Provoke first. So I have a plus. It doesn't matter. I'll just do the provoke first. Because that'll let me know if I can't get them in position. It'll tell me whether or not I can abort the rest of the plan.
Gotcha. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna roll a will check for this guy. He doesn't have anything for will. So he's gonna roll. You beat him.
Nice.
What do you say to this man?
I'm trying to decide how mean my character wants to be. Like how mean my character is with his quips.
You're a stinky poo-poo head.
I was gonna call him Snot Bubble. He's
The
not
laser
one
guy
of...
or the goo guy?
Wait, who am I? I'm sorry, who am I provoking? I'm provoking the Goo Man, right?
Uh,
Or am I
You can be-
provoking...
I guess it doesn't really matter. You can be provoking all of them. They all have a 0 to their will.
Great, then I'll just do the like... I'll do the generic like, ladies, you're all pretty. Now, are we done with our tantrum? We can get back in our... And you can head back to your room now? And I say, girls. And I say, I'm sure whatever, caused the tantrum, it's time for bed. I'll even read you a story if you're good.
Oh.
Wow, are you being sexist right now? This is a co-ed prison.
That was a joke about you being children, not a joke about you being girls specifically, but I'll admit I also didn't expect criminals to be so weirdly progressive. You know what? That
It's
part's
2025, dude.
That part's an internal bias that I have to re-examine. I'll own that part, but you're still in jail, so get back in your cells. You're still having a riot.
No, fuck you.
It's just like, that's on me, but you're still rioting right now, so go away. Great. Having provoked him, I guess it's like kind of run in between like Mountain Man and Grease Trap and like juke left and juke right to get them to like kind of scramble next to each other in position. And I want to run, like I said, with my clone, like run straight at Scorching Ray, and like turn to the left at the last minute to make him think to like fire to the left, and then the one immediately behind just hit him with the nastiest RKO you've ever seen.
All right. Roll me a fight.
Okay.
Hey, tag team, can your clones actually do damage?
Yeah, they're fully alive. They're not like holograms. They're fully alive beings.
Oh, sweet.
No, I'm literally cloning myself. They're not like, they don't have organs or bones or anything, but...
Are they just sacks of meat?
It basically looks like what would happen if you cut open like a big log of bologna and put a chicken bone in the middle.
They're ugly bags of mostly water.
They're mostly water and like protein. They're made from like the lipids in my body, so they're mostly just like protein and cartilage.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time you played a D&D character that had
Weird flesh
like
stuff going on.
flesh creature that you had control over, I'd have 2 nickels.
Hey Daniel, I'm gonna go ahead. I am gonna go ahead and I think I want to use a fate point.
You haven't rolled yet.
I did.
Oh, you rolled fight?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't roll his fight yet.
Oh, then do that before I decide if I need a fate point.
I don't.
But yeah, they're mostly just like, they're primarily just meat and water, and there is a skeletal structure, but it's made of cartilage, not bone.
So they're wibbly wobbly.
No, they look and feel for all intents and purposes like a human. It's just if you cut them open, they don't bleed.
No, you beat him by 1. You're good.
Nice.
He was gonna try and juke out of the way with his athletics, but you get him.
Great. Then yeah, it's just like rear naked choker on the back of his head, like in the boys, like grabbing the back of his hair, and then just aiming him like a gun. And this, I want to get Mountain Man square in the chest.
Who are you going for?
I want to try and hit Mountain Man to knock him over and crush Grease Trap.
Oh.
So the plan is I want to get these guys, but I don't want to kill anyone. So if I choke out Scorching Ray, he doesn't die. If I shoot Mountain Man, he's made of rocks, so he's probably gonna survive getting hit by the laser. And
But yeah, I understand the process that you're doing, but who were you attacking with this +4?
that was me attempting to grapple Scorching Ray, I thought.
Yeah. So you got him.
So I
And
want
now,
to aim his head like a gun.
all right. I'm going to. Should I give? Let's see. I'm gonna have, I guess, one roll shoot, and the other. I'm gonna say he's gonna roll his physique because it's his highest.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm just gonna roll flat because they both have +4s to this.
Okay.
This is the shoot roll.
Wait, am I? What do you call? Am I rolling shoot or is he?
Well, he's got a +4. What do you have to shoot?
I have a 0, but I wanted to be able to use fate points if I need to.
You can still use the invoke from you provoking them that they're like lined up for this.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to do that to reroll. My God.
So you could do a +2 instead.
I'd like to get a 0 then.
All right.
Is
So
that
you
two
grab...
fate? Is that 2 fate points or 1?
No, it's 1. Or actually,
Okay.
you get a free invoke of it because you lined them up for it with the you took a thing to do that.
Fantastic. Then yeah, I'll still use the fate point to get that 0 then, I guess.
No, I'm saying you don't need to because you had a free invoke.
Oh, then I'll use that to get the 0, and then I will spend a fate point to get a +2.
With what? What else would be invoking?
Never mind.
All right. So I'm going
Weird
to.
aspect to have.
So you don't. If you're just grappling him, I'm going to say that you don't do any shifts of damage to Scorching Ray.
No,
But
no,
you
I wouldn't expect.
will do a. You beat him by 2, so you're going to get Mountain Man's 2 stress box. And you're also. Ooh, let's give Grease Trap an athletics roll to get out of the way. He doesn't have a. Ooh, I'm actually going to give him physique instead, so he's just going to tank this. What would this even be? Against. I guess it would still be against the shoot.
Well,
So 0.
if my plan is kind of going according to plan, it would be to get out of the way of Mountain Man.
Yeah. So what would he be rolling against? Is what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna say
I don't know. Mountain Man's physique for how fucking swole he is.
All right. Mountain Man. Oh, Mountain Man!
You
I
can-
only gave him 3 to fight. He has a 4 to physique.
You can also set a what do you call it? You can also just set a DC based on how generally hard you think it is.
No, I'm going
know
with
what I
you.
mean?
I'm going to say that this is another one that they both actually have +4 to physique because they're like a rock man and a goo man, so that's the only stat that they have that's good.
Mhm.
I am just going to add the 4 this time. All right, so that was the physique roll for Mountain Man. This is the physique roll for Grease Trap to avoid that, which he did do. Do you have any fate points that you could spend that you'd want to that you could use to like any aspects that you have that isn't the one that you already invoked?
Nothing relevant right now.
So I'm going to say you do shoot Mountain Man with Scorching Ray's laser eyes, but Grease Trap rips himself in half and reforms kind of like standing over him.
I hate that.
And I'm going to say...
Wait, so does this knock Mountain Man over, or just like stop? Like, how fucked up is he?
He's knocked on the ground, but there's no penalty for him to get back up.
Okay, got you.
It is, I'm going to say, because I think I've already permitted more actions per turn than you would normally get.
You are correct, yes.
For the vibes of it.
Mhm.
So I am going to say that it is now the bad guy's turn.
Please,
I'm going to do it the way that you do it in the Star Wars game, where it's your turn, bad guy's turn, like alternating.
Yeah.
Grease Trap is going to go, and he's going to fling a ball of grease at you.
No.
So I'm going to need you to beat a 1 with however you want to defend against this.
Can I just keep hearing Grease Trap? Yeah, you're rotted, man.
What?
He said I might be brain rotted, but I keep hearing Grease Trap and thinking it's Spring Trap. Can I roll? I'll roll athletics. I'll just roll athletics to like dodge out of the hide behind this guy and use him as a human shield.
All right. Nice.
That's not a succeed with style, correct? Or is it +2? So it is.
No, succeed with style is not +2. It's like +3 or 4. One of the two.
It's 3.
Okay. Yeah, then I just basically duck behind, let this guy take the grease hit.
Which guy?
Scorching Ray.
I'm gonna say that unless you want to invoke you having him grappled as like a what's it called? Like what's the word I'm looking for?
Situational aspect.
Yeah. So you have the situational aspect that he is grappled, that you can get a free invoke of, which means you can get it for free once.
So he's gonna stop using his laser eyes after this, so I can't shoot them again, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. I'd like to invoke the situational aspect to get him hit. Or can I? I can't do that on. I have to do that on my turn, or can I just spend a fate point to do it?
I think because you created the situational aspect, you can invoke it for free once.
Then I'd like to invoke it for free once, and whatever damage that would have done. Or
on your
It's
turn,
actually
you can
not
just
going to do damage.
invoke things whenever you roll.
What?
You can invoke things whenever you make a roll, which you just did as your defense roll. So you're allowed to invoke things anytime you roll.
Yeah, so this is not any shifts of damage. You were going to take a different situational aspect, which was greased up. So now Scorching Ray is greased up.
That's going to make it harder for me to hold him. No.
It sure is.
Yeah, but now he can't use his laser. He'll set himself on fire.
Is that how that works?
I mean, it was absolutely their combo that they were going to like fling grease and then he was going to light it on fire with his laser eyes.
Okay, then.
All right. That was his turn. We're going to cut to a different prison. In the Ubermax prison, it is also by the water, but not like it's a little bit What's the word
Coastal,
I'm
but not
looking
an
for?
island.
Yeah. Like, kind of almost within view of each other. There is a prison. Oh, hang on. Wait. Sorry, there's a fly in my room. Distracting me. But yeah, so there's a big prison. And out of Silverfang and Red Rocket, who wants to go first? I'll leave that decision up to you.
Odds or evens.
Silverfang, go first.
There you go. I was just gonna roll a die, but that works too.
All right. Did I get him? I think I got the fly. Might not have. That's okay. So, Silverfang, you get on your police scanner I didn't get the
Cool.
fly. Fuck. A SOS call calling all units in the area. Ubermax is being assaulted.
Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and head over. Rooftop to rooftop bounding, staying out of the way of police traffic. We're not gonna cause problems.
Are you going in the front door, or are you? Because I will say, in your time as a hero, have worked with the cops before. They won't stop you. But do you want to go through the front door, or would you like to stealth in?
Definitely stealth in. My guy here is a little more adept in being a little more sneaky than he is full frontal assault mode.
All right, go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
2 flanks. Alrighty.
Go
All
ahead
right,
and
Fate.
get
Let's
me
see how this-
a. I'm going to say you're not going to be able to avoid like security camera, but you are going to be able to avoid in the chaos most of like the cops and rioting prisoners. Get me a 3. No, 2. Give me a 2 on stealth.
Okay. Dice. Da, da, da. I can do this. I swear. Hi. Why are you? Sorry. As soon as I start going, my cat starts attacking my leg. All right. Someone who's better at this. Explain to me how to roll. Just click the screen.
Do you see in the bottom left corner of the screen there's a little dice?
Yes.
Click and hold that, and then drag it up, and then right click while holding it to multiply the number of dice that you are holding until you
I
get
see.
to 4.
And
But
how
you
do you
need
add the
to add your
modifier?
stealth bonus before you roll
That's what
that.
I was
That's
getting
what I
there.
was-
I was
Oh,
getting
here we go.
there.
Got it.
You see
We
the
want to do
num-
that
the-
first.
All right. It's in
You
the
gotta
bottom left
scroll up in
corner
the
over here.
modifier box.
All right. I see it in the bottom right. How do I actually modify it?
You can either scroll on it or you can just click and type in it.
It is not wanting me to click and type. It just says adjusting. Oh, well.
No, you don't have to go over there.
That
Isn't
wasn't
there
me.
No, that was Jamie.
Use your scroll wheel to scroll up and down on the modifier box.
My brother in Christ, I am doing that. It's not doing anything.
Strange.
Okay, you see the modifier box? Click it and then type the number you want.
I have tried that as well. That was the first thing I did.
I think you can also
Every-
just double click your like stealth button.
Yes.
It's
Well,
It
Yes,
so
says
that-
adjust. Once it says adjusting, you can't scroll on anymore. Hit the escape key and then try to scroll on it once it says modifier.
I was
There it
gonna say-
is. Okay, thank
yeah.
you for making that make sense. All right, here you go. Brother.
I don't know why it wasn't letting you type it, but that's weird.
Okay, okay, so hold the dice, right click, so you have 4 dice, and then just drop it.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the chat box.
Oh, in the chat box. Okay, that's what's going on here. Brother.
You did it.
So you can invoke some what's it called? You can invoke fate points. You can choose to succeed at a minor cost.
I mean, I have the extra faint point from last session, so I can do that.
What would you like to invoke? You have all of your aspects. You have.
I'm gonna invoke the fact that the super senses would allow me to kind of determine where everyone is just by sound to help me avoid human contact.
Sure, that works.
Based.
All right, so you can give yourself a +2, which gets you 1
3.
above the threshold because the DC was 2. Sorry, I'm eating wings.
It's okay. I'm also crocheting at the same time.
But yeah, so you've managed to stealth in. Similar setup to the other prison that I was talking about, but it's square instead of round.
Okay.
And in the big prison pit, in like the area where the what's it called? The prisoners would be hanging out. There's a guy like flinging lunch trays and forks at guards and like knocking them out and stabbing them and like exactly getting them in the eye. And then there's another dude that's just straight up like jumping on people and biting their throats out.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Gross.
Give me a lore check.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Get me a 1. Oh yeah, you
I think I
succeed.
got it.
Woohoo!
You know that these are 2 villains named. What did I name them? And I can say either both or one of them could be a villain that you already put away if you want. Like they're here because of you. Their names are Crackshot and Cannibal. See, I told you the cannibalism thing would come back up.
Oh, brother.
Good tally hall song.
So, jeez, Louise. All right, so eeny, meeny, miny. I guess Cannibal will be the person for that.
All right.
Alrighty. So yeah. Sorry, I saw Louis' comment in the Discord. Alrighty, so I guess at this point, my best options are to probably draw their attention away from wherever the police are going to be coming in, which I assume is the front. So I'm going to go ahead and take a page out of Luke's book and from up in the rafters, where I presume I'm hiding out right now, try to provoke them.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and just hit them with the, you would think your parents told you not to play with your food, but I think that's a little macabre given the current situation.
Which one are you saying that to? I guess
The one
Cannibal.
eating a guy. The fuck?
Yeah. I was gonna say it's probably Cannibal. Well, the other guy's throwing lunch trays.
It's meant to be potentially taken by them both, but if we want to talk to both to one specifically, then yes.
All right, roll me a provoke against Cannibal's will. Neither of them have will, so I'm just gonna.
Could you stop, please? Sorry, not you.
I assume you were talking to your cat.
Yeah,
Get a 3
brother.
or get above a 3 on provoke.
It is not happening.
So he looks back up at you and goes, You put me here. Oh, vengeance is gonna taste so sweet.
I don't think meat particularly tastes sweet. I think it's more savory, I think.
Well, he can't jump up at you like that because he's just a guy. So is
In
there
that
anything
case,
else you want to do for your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop down right on his face.
Get his ass. Roll, I guess, fight
Okay.
against his fight. This is the thing he's good at, so he's gonna get. Oh,
A lot.
there we go. Please roll. I'm begging you. Here we go. He's gonna get a 2. Beat a 2.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so you drop down, and I'm not going to make you take any damage from this, but I will say, like, you, in focusing in on him, aren't prepared for Crackshot flinging a lunch tray at you, and you notice it just in time to bat it out of the way, but it does take away from your ability to hit the other guy, so you just kind of do a superhero landing.
That's fair.
Unless you want to evoke a fate point to reroll.
No, I'm okay. It feels very in character for him to be like not quite focusing on the whole big picture. What the hell? Okay, sorry. She is like literally on top of things trying to rip open my closet. What? You're such a lunatic. Come here. Crime child. Anyway, proceed.
All right, so it's going to be one of their turns.
No, Prime
And
Child
I'm
is
gonna
at the
say-
super prison, not the tech prison.
What?
Prime Child is at a different prison.
Oh, crime child. But yeah, so I'm going to say it is Cannibal's turn.
Shit.
And he's going to try and bite you.
Okay.
All right. He does. This is, again, fight is the thing he's really good at. So get above a 3 on however you choose to defend.
I am going to go ahead and just try to. You know what? He's gonna literally like drop to all fours, like slide his legs apart and drop his hands to the ground like a predator crouch.
Okay.
What stat is this?
Well, I guess athletics?
Based. I win.
Yeah, so he... So he gets one... what's it called? Instead of fate points, I'm giving them one invoke of their... what's it called? Of their one aspect that they each get. Cannibal's aspect is he'll eat ya. Which I'm going to give him a +2 for chomping. That being said, if he does get you, you do only lose your number one stress box because he'd only beat you by one shift.
That's
Unless
fine.
you would like to spend a fate point to also get a +2.
Not this early. I'm gonna let it happen.
All right, that is his only invoke of this, so you don't have to worry about it later. So that being said, go ahead and mark off your number one stress box. As he goes to like grab you, you duck down. He kicks you up, like as you duck down, he kicks up at your chin and bites you in the shoulder.
Oh shit! Thank you. Anyway, is he like locked in there, like holding on?
Yeah. You
Okay,
see as he goes to do it, much like Killer Croc from DC and like Batman, his teeth are filed down to a point.
Oh shit! Great.
Oh, so this isn't like a mutation. He's just like that.
Yeah, he just lives like this. His main goal is to blow up and act like he don't know nobody. That's the kind of mouth he has.
It's amazing.
So that was the villain's turn. We are now going to cut to Spindle. You're getting off of the bus. You have
you step off the Greyhound bus and the man next to you, and that's how I lost my leg for the 3rd time in Vietnam.
Thank you for telling me that story 3 times on the way here, sir.
Thought it might have required a little bit more narrative nuance.
Off the bus, stops himself, steps around something no one else could see, and then actually gets off the bus there.
I've been there, brother.
the bus stop is nowhere near the location that you have to be. So you do end up having to like hike and trek through the woods a little bit, following the string only visible to you as you stumble upon a building that sounds like it looks like a weirdly just looks like a black box with a door on the front, but like building size, like at least like 4 stories tall, just black windowless cube.
Just one door.
Yes. There's no like gate around it or anything, but as you get closer, you see there's like a white powder that you can't tell what it is, sort of encircling the perimeter.
I am going to touch it.
It is salt.
I kind of just kick the salt aside because I don't want to get it on my shoes and track it around.
All right.
So I move it and make an opening and then walk through.
So you've broken the salt line. Good. Um, the door itself, it's very strange. It has let me hang on. I'm going to hang on.
I'm already regretting breaking the salt.
Let me
Release the greatest threat to our world, Snail Master.
the vibes of the door. Let me copy image. No, that's not what I want.
Something something immortal snail.
Oh no.
The door kind of gives off like this vibe,
Oh my god.
but like smaller, like a smaller like black door flush with the cube with no handle. But you do feel that the string kind of slides under this door.
Okay. I'm gonna look around to make sure that I don't see any like cameras or anything, as I am feeling like I am committing a very illegal action, and if I confirm that, or at least don't see that, I'm just gonna start feeling up the door, seeing if I could find a button or something.
All right. Go ahead and give me, I guess, notice to check out to see if there are any cameras around.
I think that's one of my good ones.
Mm,
I don't know why it added that to the roll, but there you go.
I haven't looked at the roll just yet.
Yeah,
Give me like a 1, so I'll see what you roll.
do you
Oh,
want
that
me to
works.
roll? Yeah, I don't know why it added the basic precog power onto it, but whatever.
What is it normally?
My no, I don't think it added any pluses from basic precog. It's still a +3. It just for some reason gave you a description of a random power I'm not using.
Weird, but okay. There's no cameras that you can see.
Okay, can I use notice again to see if I could find a way to open the door?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Give me a 3 this time.
Hey,
Nice.
you got it.
You touch the door, and you feel sent out of your own body.
Oh.
the only thing that you can feel from your vision is that great burning eye as everything around you goes dark.
Oh, if it goes dark, I'm getting knocked out. Got it.
Come to, and the door's open.
I look around hesitantly and then stand up very quickly. And nervously kind of peek my head into the door. And then I kind of slap myself on the head because I remembered that I have phasing as a power and could have just walked through the door the whole time.
You do hear, once the door is open, you hear chaos erupting in this building. As like there's an alarm blaring that you couldn't hear from the outside. One other thing, this building, like I said, it looks like maybe 4 stories tall. There are no multiple levels that you can see, like, from this angle. And the building looks way bigger inside than it does on the outside.
Oh god, it's like a TARDIS. I am gonna run deeper in, but I'm also gonna look if there's anything that I can actually cover my face with.
Would you not already have something on you to do that, considering how anonymous you are?
You know what, that's fair enough. I probably have like a Ninja Turtle-esque eye band.
Alright.
Make a random tie or something.
So you're running through, you still have the string to follow. So
yeah, I am sticking to that line because I don't want to mess anything.
As very literally labyrinthian as this place is, you have the literal string of Ariadne to follow.
I'm skipping all of the curves and ignoring all of the very scary noises.
Yeah, you do see, as you're running deeper and deeper into this place, there's like what looks to be holding cells that are, I don't know how to describe, like they don't look like there's no bars on them. There's like floating sigils in front of them, and you can see that, like, to drive home the metaphor even further, there's just like a minotaur behind one of them, like bashing against what looks like thin air, but when it's hitting where the sigil is floating, it looks like it's colliding with something invisible. There's other like weird freaks in this building too. There's like well, I don't want Wizards of the Coast to sue me, but there's like a floating creature with multiple eye stalks.
It's the Looker.
No, that's from Pokemon. I don't want them to sue me either.
It's the Seer.
Yeah, it's an all-seeing orb. The Perceiver. Yeah, there we go.
That's a good one.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of weird monster freaks in this being held here. That
I'm just under my breath as I'm running past them. Just think, why is an alarm going off if they're all still okay, like in their cells?
You see, as you turn a corner, there's like a mummy-looking dude who's like wrapped up in what looks like metal sheets, like ripped off of the wall, basically. Like, what's it like? It looks like he tore panels off of the metal wall and like spun them into what looks like mummy wrappings, and is like attacking with them, like killing up a whole bunch of what you can presume are guards because they're all wearing a uniform with a symbol that you don't recognize on it that looks like a trident.
Okay.
With him is it's like this. It's hard to describe. Imagine Etrigan the demon from DC, but like fleshy, like sunburnt pink skin, and wearing nothing but a loincloth. Also, just like ripping into these guards with its claws and teeth.
Oh my god. Okay.
On the other end of this, what looks like to be in the same room of the prison, there's just a fucking guy strapped to a table, like strapped to like what looks like a pod. You can't really see their face from like behind the glare. But that is what the string is leading to. It's leading to a panel next to the pod.
Okay. Let me know if I can do this or if I'm getting too creative. I would like to use the basic telekinesis stunt to try and grab something from behind the two of them, and yank it forward while also trying to propel me past them, so I could reach the man strapped to the table. While
So you're
also
gonna like slingshot yourself?
yes,
Yeah, that works. I'm down with that.
but I'm also hoping that the things I'm slingshotting off of will fly back and hit the two bad guys.
Oh, that I'm gonna say no, because you
Yeah.
like as your character is a physics major.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I was saying let me know if I'm getting too creative.
Yeah, he would know that that's not possible physics wise.
Okay, if that's the case, I'm just going to just do that without the slingshot.
You're gonna pull a thing towards them.
I'm gonna pull two boxes and try and hit them in the head to get them to stop eating the people I assume are good guys.
All right, what would you roll for that? I guess is it your will that's
Will.
tied to your so I guess roll will and I'll have them roll.
Yeah, I attack with will against targets in my zone, and then I gain a +2 to will when attacking with telekinesis. So I guess whatever this is, add 2 to it, because I don't think I can add 2 manually.
Yeah, you can. Go to the adjusting box at the bottom.
The adjusting box.
Bottom left corner.
Oh, the modifier?
Yeah, you hit 2.
I don't have a scroll wheel.
Yeah, so you just click on it and then hit the 2 button and then roll whatever you were gonna roll and it'll add it.
Okay.
And they're gonna roll. I'm gonna have.
I got a 10. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
So here's the thing. I'm now gonna roll to see if you could succeed with style, because technically speaking, the most they can roll is an 8. Because they both only have +4s to this.
Sounds good.
So the Pharaoh is going to use his little metal wrappings. No, you still beat him with style. He does not. He was going to use his will to basically like try and magnetically force. He's basically like Magneto, but with magic and mummy themed.
I love him.
His name is the Pharaoh, but it's spelled like iron.
Oh, like Ferro.
Yes.
Okay. I love that.
So he goes to try and like magnetically repulse what you went to throw at him. It doesn't work, and he just gets knocked in the knoggin, succeeding with style. How many shifts is that? I think you just knock him out in one.
Will is my highest stat, and then the master telekinesis gave me +2.
Yeah, I think that goes straight to consequences, and
God.
yeah, this
Okay.
man's all armor and no, like he's more squishy and just has armor. So I think you just knock that guy out. There is, however, a demon to contend with.
What is succeeding with style, by the way?
It's basically like a critical hit. You get something on top of what you would normally get, like creating an aspect or doing damage. Like, for example, if you were trying to create an aspect, you can also do damage. Or if you were trying to do damage, you can also create an aspect.
Okay.
That being said, you just kind of knock the pharaoh unconscious. You see his wrappings go away, and he looks just like a normal Egyptian guy, but wearing like a prison uniform. And now, let me see. I'm gonna give this guy. Where are you?
Can my succeeding style be that the item got trapped under the guy and I could still do the slingshot, or am I not? Is that not how it works?
Hmm. Yeah, no, I guess your succeed with style can be that in this turn you can also activate the panel.
Okay. I mean, we still got the demon guy, I think, who's getting hit, right? Or is that next turn?
No, he should be getting hit this turn. I'm just looking for his stats. Because I gave him a weird ass name and I forgot what it was. Need to figure out what it was. Yeah, so I'm gonna give him. Oh shit! Yeah, he's only got a 3 to this, so he can't.
Okay.
Yeah, so you beat him by a shift of 6.
I
So
hope I didn't kill him.
I am gonna say you do also just knock him out,
Okay.
but that's okay. Because there's more. You still have to get out of here, which is going to be harder than you'd think.
I am already shocked that it's not as hard as I thought. I'm very excited. But yeah, I guess I will activate the panel, unless you're moving on.
No, I will say because you succeeded with such incredible style, you do get to activate the panel. And now that you can see clearly, the glare is gone. You are haunted by an image of your past. As the guy in this pod was the portal tech who got sucked in when you got your powers.
Oh, this isn't who I thought it was going to be. Okay.
No,
Uh,
no, it's who you think it is.
oh, that's even worse. I open the pod and then I see it and I just kind of my mouth opens a bit and I take a couple steps back, like just scared. And I'm not quite sure if I should be attacked, like what I'm supposed to be doing, because I thought he was dead.
Ben, how does your character respond to being freed?
Am I conscious inside the
Yeah,
pod?
You were conscious for all of that.
Okay. Well, obviously I wouldn't recognize Spindle, but I burst out of the pod and I kind of like fall to all fours and like panting on the ground as like I assume that being inside that thing is not comfortable. Let's see. I probably am just gonna look up at him and I'm very concerned as to why I'm being taken out. I don't trust him. I look up at him and like I get to my feet really quickly and get into like a semi-defensive stance. I'm not really a fighter, but you know, I take up like a like put my hands up and like in front of me, just like who the hell are you?
I kind of put my hands up, trying to show I'm not trying to fight, despite just kind of being in shock.
You're not with them, and then I point to the guards that you incapacitated.
I look back at the guards who were very much incapacitated as of before I got here. No, you're alive.
Been alive.
Loaded question.
Uh, we can figure that out later. Yeah, no, what's going on here?
I will say as well, Spindle, the last time you saw him, you were holding his arm that got, removed.
Oh yeah. Okay, I guess
How do I know you're not with them? Prove it.
I'm gonna be constantly looking like at his arm to see if it looks normal, because I'm just kind of shocked it's there. Then, you want me to prove that I'm not with them?
Well, you came in here and attacked the people who were attacking them. That's pretty suspicious. And
That man was a mummy made out of metal.
I start to have in my hands formed like smoky black energy radiating off my hands as I'm engaging my powers.
I
You see
immediately back up and go into a sort of fighting stance because I have no clue what the fuck that is.
You get another flash of the burning eye.
Who?
I do?
Yes.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I immediately go into, I also don't have a very good fighting stance because I very obviously am not physical fighter. I just manipulate, but I also get into a really, bad fighting stance now because I don't know what the fuck that is. My paranoia is just really fucking high, and this is a zombie standing in front of me. What the fuck are you doing? What is that? What are you doing?
What am I doing? What are you doing? I've been here.
What are you doing?
Are you here to kill me? What's going on here?
Look, oh god, how do I explain this to people? I saw a string that told me to come here, and when I got here, a lot of bad things were happening. And the string ended where you were.
What? A string? Like a ball of a yarn? You followed a ball of yarn here.
Kinda? I don't have time to explain physics right now.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
Nothing makes sense since a few months.
Clearly,
We should be getting out of here, though. Unless
you know
want to for the
fuck
Iron
it. Let's get out of here. I can deal with you later if you're one of them.
I still don't know who one of them is, but okay.
I don't know the people who work in this fucking laboratory. The people who are with RoboCop out there.
As you are in the middle of arguing about leaving, you do kind of look over at. Like I said, this place is very labyrinthian, so it's not really like a doorway. There's like a corner. And you see 5 or 6 more armed guards. And one of them talking on a radio. What was I going to say? There's a breach in the chamber with the main asset. We need backup now.
Well,
they probably have the place locked down that I can't get out of here, so I guess we're gonna have to beat our way out of this place.
I'm just gonna back up a little bit and then try and walk through the nearby wall as he says that.
Would your powers, where I guess they're not magical in origin, so I guess they would. I will say because this place is so windy, also the string that brought you here is gone. You now have no guide.
Part of me is hoping I could just walk all the way through the walls to get out.
Yeah, but you're just gonna leave?
Oh no, not right now. I just mean by the end of it. I was gonna do a thing where it looks like I was leaving, and then I was gonna jump through the wall.
All right, but yeah, so you can phase into the wall real quick. It is now going to jump over to the bad guy's turn.
Okay.
Unless, did you have anything else you wanted to do?
No, I was just gonna say it says a standard interior wooden door would be a +2 obstacle. So.
Ooh, yeah, this is more than a standard interior door. This is you don't actually know what this wall is made of.
You want me to just throw out the will roll that I need to roll, or? Can you tell me?
4.
Okay, well, as long as I don't get a minus, I should be good.
Oh, then yeah, you're good. You phase through, but you feel strange. Like it's weirdly hot in here.
It's weirdly hot in the wall.
Yes.
Okay. I just didn't want to cheat the wall if I wasn't able to do it.
No, you're good. Also, it smells kind of like sulfur in here.
Are we in hell? I stick my head out of the wall. Are we in hell?
Um,
I don't think so. I almost thought you left me for dead.
I wouldn't do that a second time. And then I'm just gonna stick my head back to the
Ollie?
wall.
What? Hold on a minute.
um.
God damn it.
Put away.
Ooh, that's too many dice. I only need 4. That is the shoot roll. For Dr. Midnight, if you want to roll anything to not get shot.
I will roll. I guess fight to dodge out of the way.
Sure.
Or you know what? I'll use will to use my force shields.
Yeah, that works.
There you go.
One other thing that I definitely forgot about, because it's an important thing to remember. So in this same room that had the pharaoh, you can like see on like the side of the wall next to their cell, that their like, I guess villain name was etched into it. So one of them says the pharaoh. The other one that the weird demon guy came out of says Solobiad. Sulobaid.
Can you respell that for me?
Sulobaid.
Okay, I spelled it right in the Fantasy Grounds thing.
And he came out of one of the other.
Yeah, he was just one of the other prisoners, and I just wanted to let you know that his name was available for viewing. He just got knocked out so quick that I didn't get to reveal their names.
Mm.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Let me-
I didn't expect you to get what did you do to get a +10? It was you rolled 4.
My will is a 4.
Oh, yeah, no, I see how it worked because you got your +2 because of your power.
Yeah, the Master Telekinesis is a +2, and then I think I just rolled well. I
Yeah.
think the lowest I can roll is a 2
Yeah.
on telekinesis.
All right. So that was that, and Dr. Midnight did not get shot. How describe your power as you deflect these bullets?
Yeah, so basically like Raven from Teen Titans, I have just solid motes of shadow just emanating off of my hands, and I, put my hands together in front of me and then pull them apart, and a wall of this shadowy substance is created in front of me that obscures me, and the bullets bounce off of it.
Yeah. As you do that, I believe it was your right arm that we said before. Now that you know who you were from the flash, or at least your player character knows who you were from the flashback, whichever arm Louis' character ended up holding, um, that arm is sort of like engulfed in like black ichor.
Okay.
Um, Hang on. So yeah, next we're going to go back to out of Impact and Epiphany. Who would like to go next?
You can
Don't
go.
jump at once.
Positive, we do impact. Negative, we do epiphany.
Sure. I cannot believe this.
There we go.
Yeah, so we're gonna have Impact as he is swimming aggressively towards this lighthouse. It has kind of hit into the water, and you kind of look down at the base of this lighthouse, and you see that it goes down way further than you think it should, and you can still hear commotion going on, like rattling this metal elevator.
All right, cool. Wait, so am I at shore at this point?
Yeah, you're on a little island.
It's my screen. All right, cool. Is the lighthouse still collapsing?
No, it has hit the water at this point.
Okay, that was the key thing that I needed to know. Is that a thing that I need to deal with, or has it already hit? All right.
No, it started falling, which is what prompted you to come here.
All right, yeah. Sorry, just trying to make sure my mic is positioned. Yeah, if it seems like there are people, if I'm seeing movement, if I'm seeing like, okay, there might be people down there, I'm running towards what that freight elevator thing it looks like I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to hit down and go, or is there a faster way that I'm seeing to get down there?
Well, the elevator is already all the way at the bottom.
Oh, then I guess I'll just go down the shaft real quick.
Yeah, you'll have to jump down.
Yeah.
Which would be a physique for how deep it is for like a superhero landing.
I can do physique.
Roll me a 2 on physique.
Hell yeah. No, this would not count for my super strength ability. This is just super toughness. Yeah. Oh my goodness. How awful. And I'm immediately spending a fate point, because that cannot stand. I will invoke that I am a freaking powerhouse. I should be able to re-roll this.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Watch, I'm gonna roll all minuses again.
Now you beat the DC, so you're good.
Yay. There we go.
You're landing down. And you
the
can
freight
see
elevator is presumably crushed beneath me. It's not. Yeah.
No, it withstands, but there is like 2 boot-shaped prints at the top of it.
Yeah. What do I see?
You hop down and you see absolute chaos as this place is starting to flood because it is underwater and a bunch of explosions had gone off. As they're like frantic guards trying to like evacuate non-guard personnel like doctors and like supervillain lawyers. There is sort of like down in like a little circle in the middle of this building, a fight going on. And it kind of looks like it's 3-on-3 right now. But you can tell which ones are the prisoners and which one is a superhero dealing with this.
Oh wait, hold on. We might need to jump back a second because I just realized something.
Yeah.
Shouldn't Luke's clone have have been outside?
Yeah. There was a clone waiting outside the prison to keep an eye on shit, and if it looks like anything's going down, go get help.
Would you
Okay,
have
so he
already
might have ran
gone?
off somewhere.
Well, he's on an island, so there's really nowhere to get help.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly, I think, it's sort of. I think it was mostly just to sort of like find a way to contact somebody. It was not for like. I will say the instructions he was left with were not relevant to like supervillain attack. It was like if the government is trying to arrest me.
I see.
So I think he's now just there like, I'm 10 minutes old and I wasn't prepared on how to deal with this.
All right, so we can do that little interaction. So you see that guy
I wasn't
standing in
sure
front
what
of
the
this little-
interaction would be, but he did establish that, you know?
What?
Well, yeah, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure exactly how the clone would react, but I just figured he did establish there was a clone up there. So,
Well, yeah. So go ahead.
yeah, I pull my I start running towards the freight elevator with the clone. What's happening? I just turn to them and say, "What's happening?"
Great. E/I kind of like starts when he sees you and kind of looks you up and down and just. That sort of depends on why you're here, big guy.
Oh,
You here to,
also
or-
Impact. This guy looked really familiar and kind of sounds like a waiter at your local diner.
Wait a minute, Will. What are you doing here?
Who's Will? Sorry, do we know each other? I was like,
I
sorry,
probably
we
did.
know each other? Oh man.
Don't you
It's
work at
one
Waffle
of,
House?
it's one of, it's one of those. Oh crap! I never had to deal with this before. I actually never had to deal with anything before. Huh?
I hear press.
Did you hear what I said?
Look, we'll catch up later.
Did you hear what I said, or was I blurred on the mic again?
Oh, I think I might have spoke over you. I'm sorry.
No, he's just like, oh man, it's one of these. I never had to deal with this before. I guess I never had to deal with anything before. Huh. Weird.
Right back. I gotta go get
And kind of stares into space for a second and goes, point is, the other guy will get you up to speed later, hopefully.
Other guy. Which other guy?
That's a loaded question. Why are you here?
I'm here because the lighthouse started falling over, and now I'm seeing there's something going on underneath the water.
Oh, you don't know about the. This is well, this is hero business.
Well, hero is my business. Heroing is
Great.
my business.
He's about to say something else, and then I guess there's like another explosion, and just. You know what? Close enough. Come on. And I say, long story short, this isn't a lighthouse. It's a prison.
Ah. And can I presume that this is a break then?
I'm not really sure, but taking a pot shot here. Are you enhanced?
That's one word for it. You coming down with me?
Great. I'm kind of like looking around and like and then I nod like I was told if things go wrong to get help, but I can't go get help. But this is the help. So do I go with the help? What do I do once that happens? And he's just kind of muttering to himself of like, what do I do once I fulfill my orders? Like, oh no, that's good. Yeah, Spindle, my only thing with that is I'm trying to think, do I want would the clone want to help me, and then do I want the extra clone?
I'm gonna be right back.
Oh, then we'll be
I
right
guess-
back.
I-
So we have time to discuss that.
Okay, yeah, because now the DM and the other person's gone.
We lost
basically,
our DM. L.
basically, I'm deciding on whether or not to bring this clone down with us.
You're coming with me.
Yeah, no, it's a really funny line. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like this guy is like, no, I gotta go back them up and see what the fuck is happening.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Because if he does like give the affirmative to coming with me, Impact will just sort of scoop him up and jump down.
Mhm.
Yep.
But
And
yeah,
we will
we'll
continue.
deal with that when the DM gets here.
Yes, and we will continue when we have Daniel.
I really love the idea. Like I said, I always wanted to play with the idea of what happens when one of my clones goes existential. So it's kind of like the idea of like, oh man, what do I do now? This didn't go according to plan. What is the plan? What is anything?
Oh, poor guy.
Rip.
Well, at least he's going to somebody who will either give him new orders or stop his suffering.
Or turn him into water vapor.
Hmm.
Vapor. I barely know. Anyway. Triggered.
If he jumped ocean, would he just evaporate?
No. Wait, if what?
If he jumped into the ocean, would he just evaporate?
No, dude, he's a full person.
Yeah, but he turns into water vapor.
If I kill him, I have the ability with my clones to basically cancel out the force that is keeping them alive.
Okay.
And they would essentially dissolve into a cloud of mostly water and then like proteins and assorted bits.
I'm back. I had to pee, but I
Yeah.
also had to get water
Cool.
to replace the pee I peed.
Nice. My the guy up here is basically having kind of a moment of like, my orders were to go get help if things go wrong, but now help came here. So what do I do now? What's my direction? What's my purpose? My future? My past? Can one have a future if you don't have a past? Oh God, what is anything?
Kid, snap out of it.
Yeah.
I give you a light pat
Let's go.
I give you sort of a pat on the shoulder. Kid, snap out of it.
Yeah.
Look,
Sorry.
if you need to go, go.
Weird...
If you
no,
can help,
sorry.
help
No,
if you can.
sorry. It's been a weird day. Come on. I'm probably in trouble down there.
Yeah,
I'll
you can
unpack
carry
that
it with you when
later.
you jump down.
Oh no, I'm saying like basically like, yeah, come on, let's go. Like I'm in the affirmative, we are going down together, but I'm just ending it with a cheeky little like, I'm probably in trouble down there.
Okay. He has no idea what you're talking about, but he's taking the affirmative, scoops you up, and jumps down.
All right. So now that you see the fight going on in the prison, you do kind of click going on as there are 3 more identical dudes down there.
Wait, no, and there's 2 of me down there, and then there's only 2. Yeah, there's 3. Yeah, there's 2 of me down there. So.
Oh, sorry, there's 2 of him down there. And then 1 that you're with now.
Well, this is making more sense.
Great.
Still doesn't quite get it.
I put out a hand for a handshake, and I go, "The name's Tag Team."
Impact. You can call me Raymond.
Okay. I nod and I go, "Yeah. So, welcome to the Spire. Last stop for super crime."
Raymond is currently, still carrying you, just currently rushing towards the fight.
Wait, move me down.
When we get close enough, I will drop you off with your selves.
All right then.
And so what is the state of the fight right now? Like, is this right after?
Yeah, this is Scorching Ray just got grease balled.
Cool.
So this is immediately following that last turn.
Yeah. Impact is going to let's see here. So Scorching Ray is covered in grease. Grease Ball is seemingly standing unaffected right now.
Yeah.
And then Mountain Dude is recovering from that blast, it sounds like.
Yeah, he got knocked on his ass, but he's like mid getting up when you get down there.
I recognize Mountain Dude certainly as one of
Yeah, you're the one who put him away.
Yeah. This blockhead again. All right. And I will, knowing, yeah, I don't know what these other two are about yet, so I'm just going to focus on him. Yeah, I will start with, what's a good way to start? All right. Yeah, right now, first, I just kind of want, I'll be honest, I just kind of want to show off my super strength real quick. Can I just grab him and chuck him to the least populated area of the prison?
Who?
Mountain Dude. Just like, all right, just gonna grab him, throw him to the least populated area of the prison.
You're kind of in that right now. Like everyone's sort of cleared out of this little area.
Oh, well then can I just sort of throw him into a wall and rattle him a bit?
Sure.
I don't necessarily care about doing damage at this point. I mostly just want to get him out of the way so that way we can focus on this fight. So that way we can focus on just these two villains.
So,
you know?
can I make a recommendation? In Fate, there are different kinds of actions, and one of those actions is called creating an advantage.
Yeah, that's basically what I want to do.
Yeah, so you can create a situational aspect if you want to make like backed into a corner where you literally throw him into a corner. And then, like, let's say he tries to slip away from you or, like, go to attack me or something. You can invoke, like, no, he's backed into a corner, so it's easier for me to box him in.
Yeah, I'll try to apply the aspect thrown into the wall.
Well,
if that's
All right.
acceptable.
Go ahead.
At the moment, you're trying to create that aspect.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Give me a fight, and I'll roll his fight.
Oh, I was hoping physique, but all right.
Oh,
because I'm not trying to do damage necessarily. I'm not trying to do damage necessarily. Just like chuck him.
Spindle. That's literally the entire game can be summed up as. I know I failed that roll, but actually my backstory says that I'm good at this, so I think I should pass.
Pretty much, yeah.
Your physique. I don't know. Would it? Because if you're grappling him, that would still be fight.
If you're trying to create an advantage, you don't need to use fight.
Fuck it. Go ahead.
You can create an advantage with literally any skill.
Yeah, I'm leaning to. I was hoping for physique because again, I'm not trying to do damage. I'm just trying to physically shove him. Like I'm trying to dent the wall with him, so that way he is like rattled and such.
Yeah, go ahead and beat a 6. Nice.
9.
That succeeds with style, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so you grab him and throw him really hard into the wall. There's like a huge thick layer of concrete that he just like cracks through, and his head is just in the wall.
Perfect. All right, and I turn to face these other two miscreants. We've got. All right. I don't know what they can do yet because I haven't seen them in action. I've just seen that one of them is very greasy.
Yeah.
What is Ian Prime's? What is Tag Team Prime's reaction to there being a jacked as hell old man that just threw a person made of stone into a wall.
Right. I think he just yells over like, "Guessing you're here to help then, or guessing you're one of the good guys then."
That I am. Yourself as well?
Certainly trying to be.
Yeah, you're still grappling Laser Eyes, aren't you?
Yes, I have. Well, I mean, he's not currently doing his laser eyes, so I'm grappling a man.
Yeah. I know I just threw a guy into a wall. Can I take another action to be like, let me take that off your hands and just take the grapple?
I don't think so. That's a lot of actions for one turn, but I can try and move him towards you on my turn.
Yeah, because I will say I'm all right with like finagling more than one thing happening per action. Or no, because I let multiple people do like one provoke action, like creating an advantage, and one attack. And technically speaking, you already like you didn't provoke, you just threw a guy. So I will let you get an attack off.
Oh, I wasn't even hoping. I was just aiming to be the one currently grappling rather than like. Again, not even necessarily doing damage. I was just trying to like. This is
Yeah,
a
you can aid
yeah.
him in the grapple because he is all greased up, so you can see that he's like struggling to get free and is almost free.
Yeah. I myself properly. Tag team is currently like wrestling with this miscreant. With
Pretty much.
yeah, I was just hoping to sort of reach an arm around and grab the miscreant instead. Like
All
if
right.
it's such that like on his turn, if he tries to escape the grapple, he's rolling against me instead.
Yeah. All right. He's already pre-grappled. Get me a 1.
One what?
Roll and beat a 1 to take over the grapple.
Well, yeah,
what,
like
what do you
skill
think you
or
roll for this? What skill? Athletics, maybe? No, that's more like acrobatics in this one. I guess either physique or fight. I don't know, whatever you'd use to grapple somebody.
I feel like fight could be used to initiate a grapple, and physique would be to hold it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so I guess give me a fight.
All right, cool.
I'm just going to give a DC for this one because he's pre-grappled already instead of having him roll.
Cool beans.
Yeah,
Got
you
it.
got him.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
just a big arm comes around and just sort of pulls him out. You're no longer in grappling with this guy. I've got him under one arm or so.
Much obliged. And then I look over at Grease Drop and it's looks like we're about to have our hands full. Oh, by the way, careful with that one. He's got laser eyes.
Oh, okay. And I just sort of put a hand over his head.
Gonna guess invulnerability?
Mostly.
Handy. And I kind of crack my neck as I'm like, all right, anyone got any ideas on the last one? As the other one's just, I was like, usual strategy, rush it, and I just look over, excuse me, weren't you supposed to be waiting upstairs? As he, well, you told me to get help, and we're going to talk about this later. Just reprimanding my own clone of like, I'm sorry, what are you doing here?
Siblings.
All right.
Sure.
So it's going to be the bad guy's turn now. Mountain Man pulls his head and like his whole like head and shoulder area jammed into this wall, kind of pulls himself out, and it's not a huge leak, but there is definitely some water seeping through. There is other places in Like this place is currently like flooding slowly. So this is just kind of adding to the ambiance that this place is absolutely going to flood if you guys don't finish this fast enough.
Don't worry, I have an idea for Grease Trap once.
I think you and I.
Once I know what the fuck he is.
I think you and I have the same idea.
All right, Mountain Man. I'm gonna say like you still have the aspect that his back is against the wall, but he is going to take a swing at impact. Let's see. He's give me whatever you want to defend with, like fight, physique, or athletics, or whatever you want to do. We'll beat a 1. He rolled real bad.
I'll do a fight check because this trying to take the hit properly and also make sure that like the guy I'm grappling. I know how hard this guy can hit at times. I'm not sure if this normal, aside from the laser eyes, I don't know if this guy has any kind of toughness. So I'm just gonna make sure that I take the hit. So fight. That was a long way to say 3.
All right.
I know it says 1, but one of my abilities. Oh no, not that one. Does that not wanna? There it is. I have to drag it. I can't. I'm not supposed to drag it on the text box. I need to drag it in the middle of the thing. Yeah, basic super toughness. I have armor 2 against purely physical damage.
All right. He is going to invoke his one aspect, which is a ton of bricks, because he hits like a ton of bricks. So he's going to invoke that for a reroll. And he got a 5. Is there anything you want to invoke to go from a 3 to a 5, which would... You just need a +2 to stop him, I think. Because I think
yeah,
you have to get 1 over for fight.
I'll use the free invoke of he had his back against the wall. It was a very telegraphed hit because I could hear the crunching of him running up.
All right, that works. We are now going to move over to the Ubermax prison, where Red Rocket, you were given the coordinates to this prison. You have been flying for... I think we did the math last time you were here, or on your session.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it worked out to, of like how fast you'd have to be to get from DC to New York City in like an hour. But it's probably reasonable for you.
Very.
Yeah, so you are already here. You've landed in front of the prison. There are guards outside scrambling, but they do see you're in like a uniform. It might not be their uniform, but you're in a uniform. And you did just fly down, so they'll hear you out.
I'm here to rescue my compatriots, aren't I?
No, you were told specifically, like you had made friends with a agent of Trident. You like saved his family, and he took you out for dinner, and he got the call that this place was being attacked.
He was on a date, Lamau.
So you can, if you want to name drop him, his name was Agent Nguyen.
Agent Nguyen said the prison was being attacked.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to look over the prison and assess the situation. What do I see?
Guards scrambling, running into the prison. Like guys yelling on walkie-talkies. Vehicles moving in what you could assume is like transferring people to safety.
Do I recognize any of the villains? Have I fought any of them before?
None of them are outside yet.
Oh, cool.
He's gonna walk into me being chewed on like a dog toy.
Also, anybody you fought would likely be dead by now
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
because they would have been like in their 20s or 30s in 1967 at the latest.
Or at the very least in the retirement home.
Yeah, they've
Hold
been. I mean, they've
on,
been.
I'm gonna fight the Red Rocket. Let me get my teeth.
Yes, yes, Mr. Grigorovich. You can tell us all at breakfast how you used to fight the Red Rocket.
All right.
I saw him fly past the window. Sure he is. And is the Red Rocket in the room with us right now? If he was, you wouldn't fucking know.
So there's guards running all over the place.
Yeah, it looks like a panicked scene.
All right. Well, what can I do? Um, do I know who's in the prison?
No, all you know is that there is like a riot and potential prison break.
All right. Do I see any of the prison guards that look like they might be in charge?
Yeah, there's like a guy yelling on a walkie-talkie that sounds like he's giving directions to like a group of people on the other end.
I'll run up and salute and go, "Hello, I am the Red Rocket. Where would you like me to start helping with this prison break?"
Oh, they sent a cape. All right, there's a riot going on in the cafeteria. If you can quell that while my boys get everybody else to safety.
All right, I will make my way to the cafeteria.
All right, you see, in the cafeteria, there is definitely somebody eating lunch. It is, however, a man biting another man aggressively on the shoulder, while another dude is like flinging plasticware and trays at other guards with alarming accuracy.
Oh, well, he's going to have to be first. Let me target the tray flinging gentleman and fly into his midsection. Not fast, just fast enough to knock the wind out of him. Is that
All right,
something?
go ahead.
Is that
Yeah, go
something
ahead and
that
roll me a fight.
roll fight?
Yeah, to like go and hit him. What is this guy? Does he have anything to athletics? Let's see
I
what
got
gave
a
him.
4.
Crackshot has. Where are you? Yeah, he's got a 2 in athletics. Blam. Well, you beat him. So describe how you hit him.
I'm going to do a lineman's tackle around his midsection while flying horizontally at him.
All right. Are you looking to do damage, or do you want to create an aspect?
Define create aspect.
Really quick, before you get into that definition, can he get any sort of bonus to succeed with style if they're distracted by, the chaos and, the fact that I tried to suplex one of them?
No, this guy specifically, his whole deal is that his eyes are good.
I see.
He would have been like he's scanning the whole room, throwing stuff around anyway. He knows his buddy's got. Well, buddy's a strong word. He knows that the guy also causing the riot has you handled.
Fair. I tried.
Hang on. What are your? There
Isn't he
seems to be
already?
some questions in the chat where I have been added. What's going on?
That would be a Dr. Midnight.
I'm just trying to see how long this session is going to go on for, since it's getting a little late.
It is. We did start a little late.
We started late, and each of these scenes is taking a little while.
Yeah,
So
there's a
I'm trying to
lot
find
more
out if-
that I'm allowing in combat than I probably should.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe, but that's neither here nor there. Are we supposed to be all meeting up at the end of this? Like, do we
Oh,
all
yeah.
still need to be here towards the end, or like is the parts that have passed, like, is Spindle and Midnight stuff all finished at this point?
I mean, there's more. You still have to get out of the cube that you're in
Right.
with these guards.
If that's
And
the case,
yes,
we
there
might
will
have
be.
to part two this.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's fine. What time do you guys need to end?
I'm good, but I mean that's up to him.
I mean,
But it's just like Soleil hasn't even appeared into existence yet.
Exactly.
yeah, and it's
Well,
been
yeah.
like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we're just saying, like, we're definitely gonna have to part to this.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I kind of figured that would happen when we started, like, a little later.
yeah, I can go for another 15 minutes or so, but
I'm good.
I'm good to keep going personally. I
I'm
feel
alright.
like if we can run through this scene and then do Midnight and Spindle escaping, and then
Well, we need to get Soleil first.
no, I don't fuck. I don't want to come back into it when Epiphany hasn't even showed up yet. That's ridiculous. We can
no, I was
just
saying that like
do their
Well-
stuff, and then when we come back next session, we start off where we left off and just go from there.
Well,
Sure, I can go a little bit out of order.
I've tackled this guard. I suppose you can cut away from me now.
All right. I am going to give him a turn because the bad guy's still got to go.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
That being said, you have him in melee range, so he's not really going to be able to, like, throw anything at you. So he is going to have to use his worst stat of fight. So he's going to try and hit you. He actually doesn't even have a bonus to fight, so he's just going to roll. He's going to try and, like, throw a punch at you. Go ahead and roll whatever you want to defend then.
Athletics, which is going to be a +1.
All right, yeah. He throws a punch at you and you just block it effortlessly.
Right on.
Actually, I think you succeeded with style, but yeah, I
He,
think on a defense you can still create an advantage with succeeding with style.
he throws one of those punches and I block it with my arm.
Um, is there like an is there any aspect that you'd like to create, or would you like to do, I don't know, like a shift of damage on him for succeeding with style?
Shift of damage.
All right, I will take off I'll take off his one shift, or actually, hang on. No, because that's. Oh, we didn't even do his damage from the last time you just tackled him, which was what, 4-1, so that's another 3. Yeah, I think with that you do just kind of like knock him out.
Good.
So you just like tackle him, hit him against the wall. He goes for like a really weak punch now that he's concussed already, and you just kind of slap his hand out of the way and punch his head back into the wall, and he just goes down.
Блять! Ёб твою мать!
All right. We're gonna cut now to Epiphany.
Yes.
You see from the shoreline of where you were just helping some cops put away some random criminal that you just beat.
Mhm.
You see the lighthouse going down. You can fly, right?
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, so you'll be able to get there, no problem. You do hear kind of like a loud thud happen at the bottom of, like, by the time you get there is when Impact would have been jumping down. So you hear like a loud thud at the bottom of this elevator shaft, and you see somebody kind of like running in at the bottom.
Hmm.
So what would you like to do?
Well, it seems like all the action is happening down there, so I waffle a little bit between the idea of constructing a parachute and making a slide, and then seeing the water at the bottom, I decide I'm going to make a light construct slide to go down. So, yeah.
I like that. So you slide down, and you kind of run out towards like the ledge of like this big I'll describe it again, of like a big circular prison with like a dip down where like the prisoners actually are. There's like a congregation area in the middle. And you see what looks like 3 people in prison jumpsuits fighting one old man and 3 identical other dudes.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's be a bit more descriptive than one old man, because in case the viewers of the stream forgot what the old man in question looks like.
Yeah, he's real big.
Yeah, he's built like a freaking. He's built like a freaking tank.
He's built like that one old guy in the gym ate all the other guys in the gym.
But yeah, so would you like to jump into the fight?
Yeah. I'm going to start by creating what is essentially a shield of light in front of the last prisoner that's appears to be attempting to fight, and I'm going to just smack him with it and squish him against the opposite wall.
Is this a grease trap?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll. What do you use to do your powers? Whatever you'd roll for that.
Let's see.
He's
Basic
gonna
item summoning.
Where's grease
Of course,
trap?
this is the one with the most text.
Beat a. Oh, he got really high. He's using his physique to like squish and morph his body out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you roll to attack, beat that.
Okay. Let's see. I think it doesn't have a specific skill. It just gives me like a plus to it when I use it. Okay, so I believe it's a +1.
I will say, since it's constructs, if you want to use like if you have crafts, you could do crafts or will.
Works for me. I'm good at crafts.
Yeah, so you can use crafts.
Okay. Okay. Well, that wasn't as good as his roll.
You still have fate points you can spend.
That's true.
Oh no, because if it's a +2, it would tie.
Mhm.
Oh, but you have a +5 to this, and he only had a +4, so you could potentially roll better than.
You could re-roll.
Yeah.
I I should have probably just hit him with an energy blast now that I think of it. I don't know what to activate to use, like what power and such to use to do the reroll, because
What aspects do you have?
I am now seeing that I have, I guess, forgotten to do those. I confused the aspects with the powers and assumed that I had everything I needed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So,
What aspects do you think you'd have?
Your aspects are right on your sheet. Genius, Valley Girl, and Afraid of the Dark is your trouble aspects.
Yeah, those are the. Well, yeah, that's the high concept and trouble, but I don't have other aspects. I'm not sure.
What you really need. I mean, other aspects are optional.
Yeah, that's stuff you can acquire later as well.
Okay.
I will say, even if you failed this attack, I've been giving everybody like one attack and one ability to create an advantage. If you want to do that.
Yeah, I gave a player of mine in a game recently that we ran Frog Vendetta as an aspect, just off the cuff, just from what they were role playing.
Fraud Vendetta or Frog Vendetta?
Yeah,
know
like
the
an animal. Ribbit, Frog Vendetta.
Oh, that makes somehow more sense. I like frogs.
Well, she didn't.
Controversial
No.
opinion. I like frogs.
Well, she really didn't.
So I'm just gonna go with, since I'm a genius, I figure out a way to transform what was like just a sheet into more of like a cup.
I like that. You
Listen.
analyze his powers and morph your construct with his movements.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Yeah.
And I'll do the reroll for it. And we'll hope this is better. Or it could be not better.
Oh no. Either way, like I said, you still have the ability this turn to create an aspect, because like I said, I've been letting everybody do that, so I'm not going to let that stop now.
Okay, so in that case, the aspect I will create is liquidated, in that because he is trying to avoid being kept in place, he is now a puddle. And no, that doesn't help us.
Yeah, also, it's not like a free aspect. You'd have to like figure out what you'd want to roll and like do an action for it.
You know, I'm really good at this when it's Pitter. I don't understand why Soleil is so hard for me all of a sudden.
It's because you're not thinking of Soleil as a silly little guy.
As a what?
A silly little lad.
Yeah, that's fair. He's kind of the opposite of that.
A serious, big. What's the opposite of lad?
Gal.
Man? Serious big man?
It would be lass, actually.
No, I see those on the same level.
Well, I'm open to suggestions because I'm drawing a blank currently.
To describe the area more, you're in a prison underwater. It is currently like leaking and flooding, but like not very fast at the moment. There are other like guards and prisoners running around. There are still like you can feel the prison shaking, like more bombs are going off. You know, there are like kind of like some tables and chairs in this little middle area. There's like some workout equipment. It's like kind of like an all-in-one like yard / cafeteria area.
You know, I'm still drawing a blank, so I think I'm just gonna maybe not do the thing, and we can continue.
All right. It's 9:30. Did Ben? You said you had a cutoff.
Well, I'm just getting tired and want to go to bed, but yeah. I still have to go put the kid down for bed and all that other shit, so.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sick.
Yeah,
No.
we got to put him down. The doctor. Yeah, he did.
Damn,
Yeah.
man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You are so far away from your mic.
Who?
Luke.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I will say, if we want to end it here, I'll like narrate just a little bit more of like now that Soleil has joined the fight, Impact, Epiphany, and backup, tag team. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting which name that you went with. So tag
Backup.
team, Epiphany, and Impact, all fighting together in the one supervillain prison. Then there's the Ubermax prison where Red Rocket handily took care of Crackshot. And Silverfang is still working on. He's gonna get Cannibal eventually. He got him once, he'll get him again.
Yeah, we'll get there.
And then there is the third prison, the Sarcophagus, where
Dr. Midnight continues to be in this campaign.
where what?
I'm being an asshole. I said where Dr. Midnight continues to be in this campaign.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize
It's okay, it's my job to
was gonna
gently
roll
bully
so
everyone.
high on those villains. I thought there'd be more for him to do.
I
He just
also
kind of fully cleared their consequences, which
It's kind of a recurring
just
theme.
NPCs. So.
Care
let
about
me know if I need to nerf myself, by the way.
No, you rolled max on the thing. Like you're not going to roll that high every time. It's just you rolled a 10, which is it's
Yeah.
possible. It's just not common.
I do not mind not beating up bad guys if it serves
mean-
the story and gets things going quicker.
We do have an army to fight through next time.
Yeah, we have a
there's
whole.
going to be some guards. Once you get through the front door, you'll be able to teleport to safety. Now that the salt line's broken, which is very important that Spindle did that.
Interesting. So it has to be a continuous salt line in order for it to be effective.
Yeah.
Unless it's touching me.
Yeah, if it's touching you, it's like kryptonite. But if you're inside of a salt ring, you're kind of contained to only teleporting within the salt ring.
Man, I can't believe I have to have bland food now.
Now,
And no slugs.
It's not. It's. I don't know what. I guess MSG would still work.
That's a type of salt, I think.
Monosodium glutamate?
It's got like sodium isn't
Also-
your weakness. Like you can have the element sodium, so
Oh,
I
okay.
guess-
Like the
guess
idea
it's
that all
probably
is fine.
MSG.
I really love the idea the guy in the armor shows up and he puts on a pair of brass knuckles, but instead of like metal caps on the end, it's just pieces of a Himalayan salt lamp.
Oh my god.
That's actually really good.
Jesus
I feel
Christ.
like once it's infused in the food, I don't think you can call it just salt.
It's
at that
dissolved at
point,
that
you
point.
know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's got to be. It's magic. It's got to be like an unsullied ingredient.
Right. Okay, fair enough. Pure
Pure
salt. It has to be pure
blessed
salt.
salt or something.
But yeah,
Yeah, kosher salt.
yes, it's blessed on top of Mount Sinai.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so I will say you can technically still teleport inside of this the sarcophagus, like this big prison. It is just a giant labyrinth. So like you can teleport, you just will be unsure of where you're teleporting.
Yeah, like my teleport has to be where I know where I'm going. I can't just teleport wherever.
Yeah. So once
Even
you
with
get out
long
the door,
range.
you're home free, but you have to get out the door.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so that's where we're going to leave it for next time. And I
Based.
promise I do know exactly how you guys are all going to meet up and team up from here. I swear.
That was never in question.
Woohoo!
I mean, it is now.
Well, I know that just for the viewers at home who are wondering how I'm going to connect 3 different prison breaks into one location. I swear I planned this. I know what I'm doing. Don't be mean to me.
Hey, if I see a
Brother,
single
what?
person being mean to Daniel, you're gonna catch these hands.
I'll
On
eat the
site.
knees.
Ah,
I may crack shot into put him on to his crack. Is how you say in American.
Yes.
Hey, I see
I don't
crack
think-
shot and I'm putting my shots in his crack. No diddy.
You did what in his cup?
Look at me. I am the freak off now.
And, once we end the stream, I have something funny I want to tell you, Luke, because I don't want to say it on stream.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
same,
I'll tell you what.
Same here.
I'll get clear in just a second. Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.
Godspeed, soldiers.
Adios.
Goodbye, stream people.
Also, in my defense, I didn't have time to think of what I would do ahead of time because I was taking notes.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Right
I'm
on.
sorry it